This is not gonna be another video telling you to add inserts to your heels. I've always loved how I looked in heels, but hated how painful they were. But now I actually love wearing heels. And if you use the 6 things in this bag, I promise you will too. Number 1. Let's see what we got here. I know, you're probably like, what the heck is this? This is a game changer. So it's a shoe stretcher, but it's for heels. I've tried the water in the shoe and putting it in the freezer so it expands it. I've tried using a blow dryer for heat to expand it, which works really well, by the way, until you're in a hot location. Then the shoe shrinks back. Really sucked when I was on vacation, by the way. First of all, I love the fact that it's made for heels. Secondly, I love the fact that it can stretch width and then also length here. Now, the only thing I'll say is if you wear a size 10 shoe or bigger, it's not gonna be able to stretch it the way you would like it to stretch. And that's because I wear that size. And it's quite difficult, I'll be honest. But a bonus, if you have bunions, I don't have them in right now, but they have these additional pieces that you can add to stretch the bunions. So as you see, they got everything figured out. I will link everything in the description, y'all, so no worries, I got you. So strategy, you have to stretch them for 2 days minimum. Keep that in mind, all right? But it's convenient. Literally put it in, open it up, leave it there. 2 days later, your shoes are ready. If you're new to the channel, I love sharing life hacks for better living. So if this is helpful thus far, go ahead and click the subscribe button. I post a new video every Sunday at 11 a.m. and I'm on here to chat. What's the next item? Can you guess? Why don't we try guessing in the comments? And if you guess correctly, I don't know, there might be a gift in it for you. Let's see. But this, I know, again, you're probably like, what the heck is this? Can you guess? Have you used this before? So this is a hole puncher. You can actually use this to also punch holes in belts, but then you're probably wondering, what holes am I punching in my shoe? I got you. So you know when your foot is sliding forward, specifically in these type of shoes, where you need the holes, right? Sometimes I've realized that's actually because this isn't tight enough. So if you punch an additional hole, I was literally blown away by the big difference that it made. What's happening is this part is able to go tightly around the back of the ankle, and then this part is able to hold the front of the ankle snugly so that you're able to not have your foot slipping forward. Check out the before and after of how my foot was sliding forward in the shoe. Then I used the hole puncher and no same problem. And it has different sizes too. So that's the great thing about it. I know it might look like this is the smallest size. I promise you, it worked for these super small holes that I had. I'll link it below. So if you're finding these new tips helpful and you've never tried them, go ahead and click the like button. So I know that this video has been helpful. And also so YouTube knows it's helpful and shares it with other people. That's the way you can pay me back. Number 3, stop buying stilettos. And I get it. When I first heard this, I was like, I don't want to stop buying stilettos. They're sexy. What else am I going to buy that is sexy? I got you. Exhibit A. So these heels have been in style lately. They're like the bell bottom cut to it. I love them because they're wide at the bottom. You get that stiletto feel right here in the middle, but the comfort of a wider heel, and you still look cute and sexy. And if you're not a fan of the bell bottom style, you can get something like this that doesn't expand out as much. Once again, we're looking cute, right? But comfortable. Sam Edelman is really comfortable. Lately, Zara's been doing some like new cushion tech on their shoe. Their shoes have been very comfortable lately. 14th and Union is another comfortable shoe. Charles by Charles David. I mean, it's a skinny heel, but it's very comfortable. And I think the reason why is because of the technology that they use. And then also the height makes sense. So number 4, let's see what we got in this bag. So y'all know what these are. These are slip pads. So you can buy a shoe that has rubber on the bottom of it, and they actually did a good job like they're supposed to in manufacturing the shoe. Or if it doesn't come with it, which is fine because like I said, it's not about the expenses, you can purchase these and put them on the bottom of your shoe. So for example, this shoe, one thing that makes it comfortable, once again, this is a Zara shoe, go them. I know it looks crazy on the bottom, but that's because I actually wear them. It has rubber and it's just so good at like holding me steady while I walk. You might think it's no big deal, but try it. If a shoe is hard to walk in, I know we usually think about what's gonna relieve the pain. I promise you this also helps too. Just do it. I add them to all my shoes. Like it'll make the difference in how confidently and beautifully you walk. So I put it on this shoe. This Fashion Nova shoe was the big tester. And the reason why was because it was such a high shoe, okay? And the strap here, it gave me so much difficulty walking it. It was comfortable, it had the cushions, but so much difficulty. But this definitely helped. So I didn't have to stretch it, but remember, I also did the hole puncher. Those two things helped. And do not fast forward because I'm about to show you some scientific magic. Seriously, they ain't like other inserts. This is the first one, scientific magic, coming next. These I put in here because it has this part right here. That helps so that your foot doesn't move forward. So I would use these if it's not painful, because once again, this shoe had cushion already. I just needed something to grip my feet so that it wasn't moving forward. But if you've got pain, this magic is what you gotta use. Son, have you heard of the Vivian Lew inserts? Look up the reviews, it's insane. Looks like nothing, I know. But there's some science added to this where if you put this in your shoe, it's supposed to alter your weight so that it's more on your heel and you can last 4 hours longer, they say, in your shoes. I usually have to put my shoes on before I go to an event, but I was able to travel from home to the event and back using these inserts. If the shoe is 5 inches high and you cannot walk in 5 inches, this is not gonna be a miracle. But if the shoe is a comfortable height and you put this on, the focus once again is to make you last longer in heels. Yeah, so I highly recommend this. They have the basic one, which is this red one. And then they have this couture one, which I can't tell you the difference and which one is better. It really depends on your foot. When I looked at the reviews, some people said this was better for them. Some people said this one was better. And then I saw some comments mentioning it really depends on what syncs best with your shoe. So what I recommend doing is I bought a bunch because they're much cheaper when you buy them in a batch. And then I mixed in, like, shout outs to you guys, Vivian Lew, because they allow you to mix in the two together. So I just got, like, I think 2 of these to try them out. And yeah, but y'all, I highly recommend these. Once again, they're like magic. The science behind it, like, they know what they're talking about, 1000%. You ready for the next one? This one is the biggest game changer, but it's going to require an investment, but it will be worth it. Remember that, I called it a game changer, a heels course. So luckily for y'all, I've actually found and taken 2 heels courses, and I'm gonna link them below. The first one is High Heels Therapy, and that was created by The Most Comfortable Heels on Instagram. So the beauty about that course is it teaches you how to make your heels the most comfortable. It gives you exercises to do to help with your flexibility of your feet. And then what I would really love her for, and I think her specialty is once again, helping you to figure out the best ways to make your heels comfortable. So she addresses a lot of myths and then also walks you through like how to properly measure your heels, how to properly stretch your feet, which heels are best for your feet, walks you through the science background on why things are the way they are. But I will definitely say when I left that course, I definitely felt way more comfortable in my heels. And honestly, the other things that I shared just took it to a whole other level. But her course was the foundation. And then the other course that I'm gonna recommend is the How to Walk in Heels course by Sarah, the Femininity Project. So in that course, she focuses solely on helping you to walk correctly in heels, to walk sexy in heels, to walk stably in heels. So I'm gonna link them both below. Definitely check them both out. They offer 2 different things in my personal opinion. Let me remind you guys, I had foot surgery in 2020, okay? And I didn't think I'd be able to wear these heels again, but these 2 courses have gotten me so far, I promise you. So now that you got your whole heel situation figured out, let's talk about how to enhance your everyday style with 3 simple tips. Click that video right there.